developing overnight, edging closer to the islands battered by Hurricane Dorian, bringing powerful wind gusts and heavy rain. Our weather team tracking the storm, the warnings in effect right now, and how it will affect the U.S.
The sentencing for a star, a judge sending the former Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman to prison for her role in the Varsity Blues college admissions scandal.
Is prison the right sentence?
We'll take you inside the courtroom for her tearful apology.
Debate fallout. Bernie Sanders taking aim at Joe Biden, claiming the former VP distorted his health plan as Biden responds to questions about his own health.
What health concerns, man? You want to wrestle?
Plus, did a Texas state lawmaker threaten Beto O'Rourke over gun control?
Big Papi's attack. Retired Red Sox star David Ortiz breaking his silence, speaking out for the first time in an emotional interview about his shooting in the Dominican Republic, what he was thinking when the bullet hit him.
And this morning, a GMA health alert. The FDA investigating a popular heartburn drug used by millions. The agency looking into claims that this drug could contain low levels of a probable carcinogen. What you should do if you take it.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And good Saturday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Another big medical headline. We're following a potential breakthrough as far as peanut allergies. We'll have Dr. Ashton here a little bit later on the show. We'll get to that.
A lot of young people care about that.
Exactly, and especially their parents as well. First, though, we want to start with a developing story. Tropical storm Umberto strengthening overnight and nearing Bahamas right now.
This is the last thing the people there need right now. The island still reeling from Hurricane Dorian and now bracing for strong wind gusts and heavy rain.
So let's go right over to Rob, who's tracking the impact on the Bahamas. He's also looking at what this storm could bring to the U.S. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. You have aid workers, you have recovery efforts, you have people that are just struggling with shelter over in the Bahamas, and this is dangerously close to where all that is going down. The National Hurricane Center baptizing Tropical Depression number 9 to become Umberto with 40-mile-an-hour winds. Right now, centered about 70 miles east of Great Abaco Island, though. The fact that it's east, though, that is the good news. You can see a lot of the action on this is on the eastern fringe of this, which means that's where most of the heavy weather will be. And these are computer models, which have been in disarray in a number of storms before this. Fairly good agreement with where this thing is going, which is not towards the U.S. Should scoot out to sea as a cold front kind of picks its way up. Show you some of the impacts. Yeah, we could see 30, 40 mile-per-hour winds across the Bahamas during the day today, and some heavy rain showers as well. And some of this will get over towards Florida and maybe in the Carolinas, but generally speaking, low impacts. The tropical storm watches have been dropped for Florida, but could see a couple of inches of rain out of this. Eva, over to you.
All right, thanks, Rob. Well, now to star Felicity Huffman looking at prison time after becoming the first parent sentenced in a college admissions scandal, apologizing in court for taking part in a scheme to inflate her daughter's SAT score.
Felicity Huffman walking hand in hand with her husband out of a Boston court just moments after being sentenced to 14 days in prison for her role in the Varsity Blues college admissions scandal.
Is prison the right sentence?
The Desperate Housewives star will also serve a year of probation, do 250 hours of community service, and pay a $30,000 fine. In making her decision, the judge noting the outrage in this case, saying Huffman took steps to get one more advantage in a system already so distorted by money and privilege.
The judge wanted to send a general deterrent message to the larger community that this type of crime, at least she's going to take very seriously, and want others to know that it's something that shouldn't happen again in the future.
Huffman admitted to paying $15,000 to have a proctor correct her daughter's SAT answers.
A generous donation will ensure our kids beat them out.
How generous?
$15,000.
In court, the actress apologizing to the students and the school, saying, "I take full responsibility for my actions." Then, tearfully addressing her family. "I can only say I am so sorry. I was frightened, I was stupid, and I was so wrong. I have inflicted more damage than I could ever imagine." Nearly a dozen other parents now face sentencing after pleading guilty. Another 19 are fighting the charges, including actress Lori Loughlin and her husband.
Do you guys have any comment?
The couple accused of paying $500,000 to get their two daughters into USC, pleading not guilty to conspiracy charges. They could face up to 40 years behind bars.
If they both get convicted, she will likely be serving much more time
than Felicity Huffman got today.
This is the first time I think people are going to realize, well, jail time is really on the table, right? For people that have never been in jail before and have never committed a crime before, any amount of time is significant.
And Eva, so much to talk about here. There has been a ton of outrage over this sentence with the hashtag white privilege trending on social media.
Yeah, some people taking to social media upset about the fact that she got only 14 days, as they're saying. And one of the reasons is the prosecutors brought up a case in Ohio. That's a case that we're seeing on social media where there was a mother who wrote an address that wasn't her address to get her child into a different school. That mother got 10 days. The judge, though, we should note, as part of the community service, wants her to work directly with families, getting her connected with real people.
When I checked Twitter last night, white privilege was the #1 trending hashtag.
It was.
People have opinions about this.
Yes, they do. Eva, thank you very much. We're going to turn now to some breaking news overnight from Saudi Arabia, where there's been a drone attack on 2 major oil refineries. Houthi rebels from neighboring Yemen are claiming responsibility for this. As you can see, flames engulfed the facilities, which are run by the state-owned oil giant Saudi Aramco. The official Saudi press agency reporting that the fires have been brought under control. A Saudi-led coalition has been battling the Houthi rebels in Yemen since 2015.
On new allegations against the family that owns Purdue Pharma, the makers of OxyContin. New York's Attorney General says $1 billion in wire transfers has been uncovered between the Sackler family and entities they control, fueling concerns that the family, who is facing thousands of lawsuits, has been allegedly hiding their money to protect their wealth. The Sacklers and Purdue Pharma this week tried to reach a multi-billion-dollar settlement with the states that are suing them.
Now to the presidential race, and the Democratic candidates out on the campaign trail in force, looking to capitalize on any momentum they may have created at the latest debate. ABC's Kira Phillips is at the White House with that story. Kira, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Well, the latest average of polls still shows Joe Biden with a considerable lead, but his closest opponents definitely smell blood in the water and continue to strike whenever they can.
I think any Democrat in that stage can beat Donald Trump.
This morning, candidates appealing to voters over the #1 issue for Democrats, health care.
Last night was the closest we came to a debate, okay? We actually had an open debate on health care.
I was not pleased that Vice President Biden distorted what Medicare for All is.
Biden, the party's early leader, who stayed in Houston, also butting heads with another candidate.
Are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago? Are you forgetting already what you said just 2 minutes ago?
While greeting students at Texas Southern, Biden's campaign calling that moment a low blow by Castro.
I don't view it as anything. I think he's got his facts wrong.
Mr. President, are you committed to releasing your medical records to address concerns by...
I don't have, what the hell concerns, man? You want to wrestle?
Other candidates like Kamala Harris, who had memorable quips like this.
And now, President Trump, you can go back to watching Fox News.
Are just trying to gain traction, like here at this fundraiser in Chicago.
We need a new commander-in-chief.
And then there's Beto O'Rourke and this dramatic moment talking about gun control.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Generating new 2020 swag, while at the same time prompting Texas state lawmaker Briscoe Cain to tweet this apparent threat: "My AR is ready for you, Robert Francis." That tweet quickly removed by Twitter.
And it's interesting, Whit, another move that was made by both the Biden and Castro campaigns yesterday was their email blast. They actually mentioned that health care exchange where Castro challenged Biden's memory, and then in turn, Biden's campaign called it a low blow. Well, they appeared to capitalize on that by mentioning that standout moment in the emails, and then they added a link to donate to their campaigns.
All the campaigns spinning and trying to make the most of it and get some momentum out of it. Kira, I also wanted to ask you another developing story that you're following as well. Congressman Adam Schiff, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, issuing a subpoena to the acting director of national intelligence.
That's right. Chairman Schiff actually raised concerns about whether the Trump administration is actually trying to prevent a legitimate whistleblower complaint from reaching Congress to cover up serious misconduct. That complaint is said to involve potentially privileged communications by people outside the intelligence community, and the subpoena required the acting director of national intelligence that you saw there to produce all records concerning the complaint, or he could soon face a full committee hearing as early as next week, and we will definitely follow that.
Absolutely. Kira Phillips at the White House. Thanks so much.
Here in New York City, some horrifying moments at the Empire State Building where a man started swinging what appeared to be a sword at visitors on the observation deck. Police say 35-year-old Matthew Dixon, who's from Virginia, may have concealed that sword inside a cane to get it past security. He was quickly taken into custody and brought to a hospital for observation. He is being charged with criminal possession of a weapon.
Well, a wild crime spree led to a shooting that left one suspect dead, a police officer injured, and a priest praying for his life. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in our Los Angeles bureau with the manhunt underway for another suspect who is still on the loose. Good morning to you, Marcy.
Eva, good morning. All of this happening as the Democratic debate ended just miles away. Police are now releasing new details about the two carjackings and that attack on a priest that led to that shootout.
So they have an officer down. There was a gunshot. We need to get us out here.
This morning, a Houston police officer shot with his own gun is recovering after authorities say a group of men went on a wild crime spree.
I just started hearing gunshots.
Police saying it all began when the four suspects picked the wrong vehicle to steal from this gas station.
They took the truck anyway and very quickly found out he was at the gas station for a reason. They ran out of gas. They abandoned that vehicle.
Minutes later, police say the men held up a priest in a parking lot, pointing a gun at Father Desmond Ohankwer and pulling the trigger.
I said, don't shoot.
The priest on his knees praying for his life when the gun jammed.
So he couldn't fire. He was frustrated, He tried again.
Police say the suspect stole the priest's cell phone and left him beaten on the ground, then carjacked a woman, leading officers on a chase, finally facing off with an officer, shooting him just below his bulletproof vest. One of the suspects killed, two taken into custody, and the fourth getting away. This morning, Houston police determined to track him down.
We're going to get you, so you might as well just come out now, turn yourself in.
And we're now learning that 29-year-old officer was shot at least 3 times, but after surgery this morning, he's listed in stable condition. Whit.
All right, Marcy Gonzalez for us in Los Angeles. Thank you. The former high school cheerleader found not guilty of killing her newborn daughter after burying her in her backyard in Ohio will go free. A judge sentencing 20-year-old Brooke Richardson to no additional jail time after she was found guilty of abuse of a corpse. Just 2 days after her senior prom, Richardson gave birth at home alone, but claims that baby girl named Annabelle was stillborn. The judge accusing her of a grotesque disregard for life.
We are going to turn now to some questions swirling around the embattled NFL star Antonio Brown. Will the New England Patriots' newest player take the field in tomorrow's game while facing sexual assault allegations? ABC's Kaylee Hartung is here with more. Kaylee, good morning to you.
Yeah, well, good morning, Dan. When the New England Patriots board a plane this afternoon headed for Miami, expect Antonio Brown to be on it. The NFL is conducting its own investigation, but at this point, allowing him to play. Antonio Brown taking the practice field, preparing for what could be his first game Sunday with the New England Patriots. This as the NFL investigates allegations of sexual assault against the wide receiver. He remains eligible to play. Sources telling ABC News the league has no plans at this time to put him on the commissioner's exempt list.
It's paid leave. It's been done in the past, and it's really interesting that the NFL chose not to do this, that Roger Goodell chose not to put him on the commissioner's exempt list.
A week of controversy surrounding the Pro Bowler. His former fitness trainer, Brittany Taylor, filing a civil lawsuit against him, accusing him of sexually assaulting her on at least 3 separate occasions. Brown, who denies the allegations, appearing to address the claims and the backlash in the social media post.
No matter what they say, no matter what they hate, somebody still got to go to work.
The video live streamed from Tom Brady's renowned training facility.
It's called TB12. Let's get it.
Brady keeping quiet.
Things that don't involve me, don't involve me.
And Patriots head coach Bill Belichick refusing to weigh in.
No, I'm not going to comment on that.
The loudest rebuke coming from helmet manufacturer Zenith, saying Friday they're dropping their sponsorship of Brown. Antonio Brown isn't facing any criminal charges. His accuser is asking for payment in the civil suit. Sources are telling ABC News she is scheduled to meet with the NFL next week, guys. And we were talking about this yesterday. Yeah. How will Miami fans treat Antonio Brown when he walks into the Dolphins Stadium?
Somehow the Patriots are able to work through these controversies in the past, but it really depends. We'll see how long Antonio Brown's able to keep playing.
Yeah, definitely interesting. All right, thanks, Kaylee.
Appreciate it.
Well, this morning, tributes pouring in for late rock star Eddie Money. Money was a native of Brooklyn, New York. His music charted in the 1970s and 80s, and among those paying tribute, Kid Rock at a Friday night concert in Detroit where he covered Money's hit song, Shakin'. And King of Queens star Kevin James posting on Instagram, "Thank you for your incredible talent and kind heart." Eddie Money died Friday from esophageal cancer. He was 70 years old. Little did we know, Whit Johnson also.
Huge Eddie Money fan.
Singing some deep cuts for us this morning.
Walk on Water. A lot of memory.
Annie, you care to sing a little bit now?
No, you don't want to hear me sing. No.
We all had
I don't
to
sing
hear
on television.
You sing this morning.
Behind the scenes this morning. There we go.
There we go. That's it.
There it is.
Behind the scenes this
Save
morning,
me,
we
Rob.
all
Save
got some
me.
tickets.
We got a medley. We got a medley.
You want to call it that. Good morning, guys. You know, those hits before you were born, so good on you for taking us back.
Not that young, Rob.
All right. A little rough weather last night coming through Cleveland, and Detroit had 72-mile-per-hour winds. The lightning show there over Lake Erie. And Rock and Roll Hall of Fame getting a little bit lit up. There was about 50,000 people without power, so these were pretty good storms that rumbled through, and this front that's pushing off towards the east, towards Buffalo this morning and this afternoon, could spark more in the way of some showers and thunderstorms, especially in this warm sectors. We build in a little bit of heat and humidity, at least for this time of year. So approaching I-95 late in the day and through the evening, and these will come across the highly populated areas overnight tonight. And then there's another one hot on its heels, not terribly strong, but enough to cause some problems, I think, in the morning tomorrow for Chicago, and then getting over towards Detroit and some of those areas that were hit last night again. Heat advisories in effect for parts of Southern California. The heat will be building across much of the Southwest over the next couple of days. Temperatures are getting up at over 100 degrees, and for this time of year, 111 in Palm Springs. That is toasty for a Saturday afternoon. And we're warming up as well in the midsection of the country, 10 to 15 degrees above average in places like Kansas City getting into Monday and Tuesday. That's Tech and the National Weather Headlines. Time now for a look at your local forecast.
Well, hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Liggett here. To start the weekend, more clouds and sunshine. Also the possibility for some afternoon storms. Now, the highest likelihood will be closer to the I-81 corridor later on this afternoon and evening. Chance for a few showers lingering here later on tonight. Overnight as we get through the overnight hours. Now 87 degrees tomorrow, under partly cloudy skies, so much warmer. We're going to be very hot to start the work week. 90 degrees on Monday, but back to be more seasonal averages Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
All right, kids, I will forego the Eddie Money tribute.
Yeah.
I'm not quite the singer you are, but hats off.
Well, I started singing Take Me Home Tonight, and then it seemed
no.
awkward when I was looking at you.
That's not what I meant.
We're friends, but
not quite like that.
Yeah.
Hi, Janae.
Hey, guys. Moving right along.
Yes.
I'm going to save you here. In South Florida, Google Earth helps crack a 22-year-old mystery. A former resident of this Palm Beach County neighborhood was online and saw this, a submerged car in a pond behind a home. He called the current owner of the house, who called police. Inside the car, they found the remains of a man missing since 1997 when he called his girlfriend to say he'd be home soon. He didn't make it. Now, 22 years later, his mysterious is a mystery no more.
Really incredible case. On the West Coast, meantime, a kayaking salmon fisherman's unexpected catch of the day. Listen to this. Nia Vang doing some early morning fishing in California's Half Moon Bay. That's where he heard the screams of someone in trouble and spotted a capsized watercraft. The man in trouble was staying afloat thanks to only the foam on the back of his porta boat. There you see him. Vang made his way over to that person in need, called the Coast Guard, and stayed until help eventually arrived.
Very cool. We have a great story this morning involving high school football players who stepped in to help a freshman who was being bullied. And Janae Norman is on set this morning with more on that. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's a very sweet story. So one of those players even admitted that he laughed at the freshman too, but then they realized this was the student who was new to the school actually needed help. So that's when they stepped up and took matters into their own hands.
Awesome.
the best day of my entire life was basically.
A high school freshman's life changing in an instant thanks to 2 football players and an act of kindness.
I got something for you.
Michael Todd says he'd been bullied for